Hi third graders. Today we are going to continue working on our snowman project, the one where we were learning about perspective and how we can make things look like they are close to us or far away from us based on our perspective or the way that we are looking at an object. So we are drawing our picture so that it looks like we are laying on the ground looking up at our snowmen, not snowman. Today, what I'm going to do is show you how to color your snowman. So I will do that demonstration in just a minute. All right, so the last time you were here, you worked on drawing your 4 snowmen. Today I am going to do a demonstration to show you how to begin with the coloring part of the project. And we're going to do that using multiple materials or things like crayons and colored pencils and paint if you would like. For the demonstration, am going to use colored pencils and I'm going to use markers. So I'm going to make sure that I use colored pencils for the sky. You could do this if you want to, or you could use watercolor paint if you want. If you use watercolor paint, I would suggest that you use a white crayon or a white oil pastel just to make little dots for your stars, and then you can paint right over top of those if you're using the watercolor paint and they will stay white. It's called a crayon resist. The wax that's in, or the oil that's in the oil pastels or the crayons doesn't mix with water, so it doesn't let the paint stick to it. Now, I'm just using colored pencils. And remember, we're laying on our backs looking up at the snowmen, so we would be seeing the sky. And I'm going to color around each of those little snowflakes. You want to try to color in one direction. It's just going to look so much nicer rather than having like kind of scribbly lines in your sky. And you would color all of the sky in, okay? Now, I'm not going to do all of that because it would take a long time. So what I'm going to do is move on to the next part, which is coloring the snowmen. And I'm going to do that part with markers. What I want to do, and this probably seems a little bit strange, but what I am going to do is take a marker, and I'm going to use purple, and I am just going to trace around the outside edge of my snowman. I'm not tracing over top of like the scarf or the arm, just around the snow, like this, okay? And then I'll come back to that part later. Now, for my hat, maybe I want my hat to be black and the buckle I need to think about because I don't want the buckle to be black. I don't know what color I want the buckle to be. Maybe what I could do is use a colored pencil to do the buckle, and I could make it, like if you have a metallic colored pencil, you could use that. I gotta think about it a little bit longer. And this is wood, so I'm going to make this brown. Same with this arm. And just really take your time. And you decide how you want to make your scarf. Maybe you want it to be striped. And then the same thing with your buttons. Decide how you want your buttons. So it looks like that, okay? Now, once you are completely done coloring everything. The sky, you're done with the snowflakes, you're completely done with the buttons. What you're going to do is get some water and a paintbrush and just get a little water, dab it off the edge of the brush, and just kind of smear where that purple is. Now you don't have to use purple. I use purple. I would suggest that you either use purple or blue. But this turns it to water. Not sure if I've showed you guys this technique before or if it was a different class. So it just kind of gives my snowman a little bit of color. Now you're going to want to try to stay away from the other markers. I don't know if you can tell right where I used that green. It got into the green a little bit and it kind of blended in a little bit or mixed in with my purple. Tiny bit's not a big deal. We just don't want it to turn into kind of a mess. And I would do it all along where I put that purple. Now you gotta be kind of careful painting on, if you have the drawing paper from school, you just don't wanna, what's the word? Brush back and forth too much, because it will start to make your paper kind of crumble. So just be careful with that a little bit. And I can do the same thing on my snowman's head. If you use black marker, be very careful to stay away from that because that will kind of wreck your project. So it looks like that. All right. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I do plan to start on a new project next time unless we discuss something different in class. So you'll do this on all 4 of your snowmen. I just did a demonstration for one, but remember you'll do the entire paper. So all 4 snowmen and the sky. Okay, we'll see you next time.